welcome back to the second part of this video. I'm still Bruno Flavin and I'm still working with ChatGPT. We leave us, that's for the QA, and the book is available for sale on Amazon if you need it. So that's the article, and we were just right here writing a QA. So I'm going to do the second part, which is more important, or not more important, but different. That will be, so we saw how to create testing example. We saw some coding. So for instance, well, I've searched, for instance, I've searched this on the web. You know, like behind all the CMS, behind many website, there's a application. Let's take WordPress. You have, for instance, a bunch of SQL, whatever, you know, custom SQL, whatever it is. For instance, I've taken this one. Okay, you have a certain, and you don't know exactly what it is. So basically, the help, it can explain some SQL stuff. If you say, okay, explain with simple word the following code. So let's see what it can do. This code is using WordPress database object to insert new records in a perfect. Fully understand. Okay, so that's give you a very great information. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly the purpose of it. I'm gonna take it and put it right away in this file. So this time I'm gonna use, so for instance, I've made, the very first I made it was how to create, okay, this MySQL user, for instance. Okay, so I add it to my, and I say, yeah, and I say explain the query. So I will commit it. I think there's maybe a quicker way to do so, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It just takes a few minutes to delete the empty spaces, because then I have the model below, and then he's giving some explanation. So I give you, oh, by the way, no, I should not do that, because, okay, this is command, and this is command. So by the way, that's useless what I've done. No, it's okay. I will leave also the stuff, and it's not MySQL, but this is mostly PHP. I'm gonna rename it as PHP. That's much better. And then it doesn't work. Holy cow. And then I need to comment it like this. I will add that PHP. I think put that, and then here we go. Here we go. So basically it takes time, but what I always do is that I keep a track of what it is. Okay, so that will be this one. I'm okay with that. So I've shown you how to do. I'm gonna do a new one. What is the next thing that I want to do? Yeah, this one I've taken, well, let's say I've taken an example directly from my own GitHub account. I think I made some, you know, SQLite experiment to create a web application with SQLite. So I need to create a database. So basically, I've written this code, but um, but I will say it in a oops. I would say it in correct words. So let's see the SQL example first. You say, okay, in MySQL, okay, let's copycat the first. So in MySQL, write a code in order to create a table. So the table will be country with the following fields. So let's pretend, yeah, the ID that's the same, and then name. So you see, that's very stupid as a table, but the capital, that would be the name, the calling code, and I think TLD, what was that? I can't remember. CCA, I think it was for, it was, what is CCA? TLD for country, I can't remember. For country, it's top level domain, yeah, that's top level domain. Okay, so just as an explanation, because I can't remember what was that. I think it's top level domain. And CCA, what is CCA? Just want to be sure. What country? Alpha code, yes, I think, well, anyways, I can't remember exactly, but that was, I think it's coming from there, this kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so we know basically what it is, and then we're going to do the creation directly. And normally, so I didn't ask for that it should not be MySQL, but right away it's not MySQL, so I maybe ask this time this SQLite. Let's pretend this is in SQLite and see is producing the same thing and not in MySQL. Okay, correct it in order to SQLite. Okay, let's just correct it and then write it away. See? Okay. Not bad. And he's giving me explanation, so I'm fine with it. So I have the explanation right away, and then I'm going to store it this time as a SQL. Okay, and this is SQLite, I call it. Okay. Okay, so you see, I think, yeah, and then I do it in command. I call it SQLite. So you see, it's it's very interesting that I just have to describe stuff and he's doing exactly the same, which is kind of, so it's a simple database, but it's a simple table or a simple thing. But then if you need more complex stuff, I think he's about to do it, or you can split it. So it's a very good ally to write code and to make logical stuff. Okay? Let's do the same thing. I think I've taken. So you see, he's totally replacing me. You know, I'm doing some retro engineering on my own code, but I wanted to see if it's able to compare. So if I start directly with this text without writing all this, then it's good. So for instance, this time it was generate Python code. And well, I'm using Beautiful Soup, which is a parser. And I say, okay, why write a Python code with command using Beautiful Soup that, I should say that, read a file, name example, name, I think should have, and find out if the H5 tag and H6 tag in the HTML, and find out source is called this is called is well we'll say will be then a variable. So that means that I have few elements of programming. Variable called small, let's say small stuff, and it has to be injected into a loop that create a list for all the book show. Okay, I think that's pretty good English, or enough to understand it. So let's create this one. So I don't know, I've never tried it before, but then we will see if it looked like what I have written down here. Okay, so far it's all right. Yeah, good, not bad. So I can read the logic, and it's giving me comment. So meanwhile he's doing the stuff, I will prepare the Python example. So I've given a lot of example and so on. Let's do it 7, and I think it was what I wanted to save it as example Python rename. Boom. Okay, I don't use and then yeah, so he has finished. So let's see, yeah, parsing, he's taking, and then he's printing out. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, so he has made for me the job, which is cool. And you see the quick, I'm making more, it takes more time to cut and paste stuff than to than to prepare the file and to do the code. And I will keep in the dog type. See, and I keep also the explanation right here. I think it's maybe below. Well, anyways, done. Oops. Okay. Anyway, it's okay. You know, I leave it. Oops. C. I would say C code below. So you see that for a simple script, he's doing a really good stuff. Okay. What do I have? Sorry, I think I made it. Yeah, I basically my own concern is very to handle all these files. I think this one I can delete it. Absolutely not. I'm getting confused with all these files. Yeah, but this one I want here, and then I'm removing this one, and then it's because I'm editing some stuff everywhere, so I'm getting confused. Okay, so we've seen this point, and I'm gonna stop the video right here because it's a bit confusing, and I'm also doing the things too quickly. I'm just updating the file just to so you can find it directly in my GitHub account. See example Python C7 right here. Okay, and yes, I've copied because I've made some usage of environment, stuff like that. So I'm going to stop right here. But so far what we have done, I wanted to make it live and real because then you see the reaction and you see that it's to create or to write down an abstract. It's quicker than to create the code, and it's a very good starter for everything. Okay, and we will go through the most well, I don't know if it's the most astonishing, but that was very fun to do. So we will do the WordPress plugin, and then I've made some other attempts which are less interesting maybe for developers, but more interesting for PO, that sometimes errors, and also made for support. Okay, so see you in a minute. Bye bye.